Welcome back to Char Grad School. So far I talked about why graduate school and narrowing down your top 5, GRE tips and tools, ways to pay for graduate school, brainstorming the personal statement, and then most recently how I manage my stress and time in graduate school. If you have any questions about those videos, please comment, please email me, please ask me, because I'm doing this for you and I want to continue to be a resource, period. So let me know. Today is all about getting your mind prepared for the research aspect of graduate school. So it's trying to narrow down your topic, narrow down your focus for what you'll be studying once you get to school. So I'm going to say this first because every program is going to be different. But for my program, I have to have a research area. And so most programs will have you study, look into some type of emphasis, some type of area that is interesting to you. So the best place to start for me was finding out what's important and what matters to you in relation to whatever program you're going to go into. So as you know, mine is the representation of multicultural people, minorities in the media, and the framing of that in the media. So how that came about was me seeing how stories are told from the inside out, me actually reporting on stories from the inside out, and understanding that people only get fragments, and it's a sad reality that I would like to change. So think about something in your own program, think about something in your own life that has affected you. As you saw in the last video, my cousin was killed to gun violence in Chicago, and that is what sparked my motivation to go into the framing of these type of stories, because again, like I said in the last video, we only get fragments. Black people, especially black boys, only get fragments of themselves in the media, and I want whole stories to be told, and that is why I want to research this area, further find out about the mind of the journalists as they produce these stories, and help start changing the rhetoric we currently see about victims and we currently see about black men and black boys in the news and on your television screens, just period, in mass media. So I just want to start becoming that change that I would like my kids to see, that I would like my family to see moving forward, because we didn't get that with our little cousin, with my little cousin. So the prime thing for you to start doing is to start thinking about what you are interested in, what is important to you, and you start finding that by your own experiences. What has happened in your life? What have you noticed in the field at your current undergraduate stage that makes you say, I want to know more about this, or what can be done to solve this problem, or I've been reading this research and this part of the research hasn't been expanded upon, or I like this and I want to know more. So start writing those ideas down of what really matters to you, because you're going to need a topic that you are interested in, that is long lasting, that you can find plenty of scholarly discourse to go along with it. So you want it to be something substantial, you want it to have substance, and you want it to be able to expand across your entire program, because most times your research topic is what you'll carry out through your lit review, through your writing your actual thesis or project, and producing your own points so you can begin to defend your master's or PhD whenever you finish. So you want to be able to have a project or an idea, question that is full and that you can really expand upon when it comes down to it, because you want it to be able to make sense. You want it to be able to stretch across your whole program. You want to be invested in it, because that's the only way you're going to continue to be invested and involved in it, is if it matters to you. So for me, I have a personal stake in it because my cousin passed, and like I said, I want to be able to change this for all kids, but pretty much for my family, because we didn't get that representation when his story was told. So I want to be able to change that for him and his little brother and my other little cousins. But for you, figure out what it is in your own life, in your own experiences. So let's say you're going into PT school and you know that your little cousin or your little brother has autism, and you want to work specifically with special needs, and you want to work in a hospital where you want to work for, I don't know, start figuring out a timeline or a experience, a point in your life, whether that's through personal experiences, through academic experiences, or you just notice something in our social realm, especially now with our politics, like something you've noticed and that you it makes you angry, like you're passionate about, like you're really passionate about, and you say, this is what I can continue on in graduate school. But beyond that, the first thing you need to do is start researching previous work. And that starts your lit review too. So start to think about, what have others done on this topic? What have others done? In what ways, what methods have others done this type of research? And so from there, you can start crafting your own research design by figuring out what others have done, how they executed it, what can you do differently for your own research, and that'll make your own stuff stand out too. If you can figure out what is done different and try to expand upon that, or create a new avenue for that research area in your own research program. So I have here, it's called Developing Research Questions, and this book is what was required in my mass media seminar class. And this book, when I tell you, it answers every question from A to Z. It's called Developing Research Questions again, and it's by Patrick White. It's the 2nd edition. And so everything you want to know, where the research questions come from, how to form a question, what do I start reading to start getting my ideas going. It gives you everything. Literally everything, point by point, different theories you can use in your research, because most programs require you to accompany a theory with your own research. So it breaks it down to the T, and it's been really helpful. I'm glad we got assigned this book, because it's been really helpful to start thinking of that thought process. Like I said, I'm a very type A visual person, and I want to see things, and this book by Patrick White has been very helpful in deciding and planning out the process of developing a research question. So start, like I said, start with reading, start finding out what else has been done on the topic, and really start to use that to shape your own research question or get a realm of your research idea. You want it to be detailed enough so that you can find other scholarly work. So you don't want it to be super detailed, where it's like the rate of HIV in rural Missouri. Like, you want it to be specific, but not to the point where it's like only one small sample of a population and others aren't able to, you are able to use other scholarly works to expand upon that, because nothing else has been done. So you want it to be broad enough, but you want it to be specific enough so that you can find exact research to accompany your lit review and to support what you're arguing, to support what you're trying to find out in your research question. So I think that's pretty much it. First of all, like I said, read, find out what has been done, find out how you can do it differently, and then start pulling from your own life experience to figure out, what are you passionate about? What is it that makes you say, I want to go into this program? What is it that you want to accomplish when it's time to apply for jobs? How can you become marketable using the research question or the research thesis that you have? So start thinking about that, start writing those points down, because again, you want it to be substantial, you want it to be able to stretch across your whole program, and you want to be able to be invested in it, because if you're not invested in it, there's no point in you even doing it, and there's no point in you being in grad school if you can't find enjoyment, you can't be excited about what you're going to do, the change you're about to make, just by doing your research. So start, like I said, start narrowing that timeline down, nailing down those experiences, and reading, like really going to read scholarly journals, scholarly discourse, to figure out what has been done in order to help you figure out what you can do next to improve. And most journals say, in the future, we would like to do X, Y, and Z. So expand upon that and start brainstorming that, because it'll be very important as you go into your new program to have an idea, because mine is an accelerated program, so I already had to know what I wanted to do, or a realm of idea of what I wanted to do. So if you have an idea early on, every assignment you do will flow into the next portion of your degree program, and you'll have everything together when it comes down to putting together your thesis, putting together your project, and getting those stages ready to defend and get your degree. So if everything works together and you have an idea up front, it will greatly help you moving forward. Next week, I'm going to be talking about how to read in graduate school, because like I said, it's a lot of reading, and I want to help you because nobody helped me. So lots of reading, and I'm going to show you how I cheat the system. So I'll see you next video.